Hi there, guys, and welcome to the Chronicles of Gamers, episode 58. This is a podcast where we love to explain our love-hate relationship with video games. Yo, hold that controller higher. Hold it higher. I'm, of course, your host, Efocutioner. And guess what I did? I grabbed this guy from the bowels of the industry. AKA, he leveled up recently. He is no longer a gamer composer. No, he is the video game maestro. Gamer composer. Because he doesn't have a name. You need a new name, man. I'm sorry. You're no longer the gamer composer. You're the video game maestro. Should I just call you that, video game maestro?
Yes, we've been asking you to call me for a long time, you know? I'm the
maestro. You got the one, folks! Oh, snap! Is he controlling the wind? Yo, what you need to do is make it rain in California right now. You need to learn.
I have to compose rain music. So, what does that go? I think, let me tap into my Legend of Zelda Song of Rain. It goes, da 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 da.
Now, can you check outside to see if it worked?
All right, let me see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, he is leaving. For my audio people, should really take a watch of the video. But I know, actually, what's surprising is some of you do, so I don't even have to. I'm just gonna keep mentioning that. So is it raining out there?
See some clouds coming in, so we got some low pressure coming down my way.
You see some clouds, ladies and gentlemen? The video game maestro. He's leveled up. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It feels good to be back. It feels good to be done with that mess. Mess of preparation, but overall, the success of the concert is done. It's kind of weird going through that process and putting all that together in order for actual video games to be compared to just being taken seriously. And it's compared to film music. Everyone, obviously, it's a 100-year-old industry as opposed to a 70-year-old industry. Still has about 30 more years to go to reach that century mark. But, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm happy to be back. It's going to be a great episode. How are you doing, Efocutioner? Thank you for being patient and pulling me out from the metamorphosis. Every character has to go through that process. Goku, Vegeta, what's his name?
Do we have to mention Ichigo? Let's not mention Ichigo.
Ichigo went through a process.
Yo, man. Ichigo went through the privilege of having everything handed to him.
Yusuke Urameshi.
Okay, there we go.
All right, cool, yeah. I mean, you guys know, you watch anime, hopefully. If not, you understand. But
or if you at least watch hentai, you'll understand.
Whoa. All right, so you know what you've been up to.
Nothing much, man. All right, I'll be honest with you guys, folks. I know I've been a little quiet, mostly because I've been on the battlegrounds of Star Wars Battlefront, mostly on Reddit. And to be honest, I've been really trying to sit down, figure out what we're gonna do with this channel, and pretty much 90% done, man. So the Star Wars Battlefront thing, I think I'm tapping out. At this point, the thing is falling down by itself, and yay. So, but you already know what one of the topics is gonna be. So we're just gonna go straight into it, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for It's All About the Hype. Where we talk about any video game news, any industry news, any video related news that we're just super excited for. Wow, goofy.
Yeah.
Hype.
All I gotta say is, "Who's back, motherfucker? Gun in the clip, ready to." Oh, sorry, suckers just running in their lip. Catch on me, one of my shoes on, none of them fit. It's all just all right. I'm done. I don't know what I'm saying. So, guess who's back?
Back again.
No, not that one. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want to get sued. Anyways, though, I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
It's gonna be quite a long one. So I know Gamer Composers. Okay. I'm gonna fill him in because he doesn't really know that much about it because he's mostly been working on the, leveling up himself.
Yep. So I'll kick back on this one.
Star Wars Battlefront 2. Let me break it down.
Oh boy.
For those that have been paying attention since it started. By the way, shout outs to all the people who said, oh, all these gamers complaining and just telling EA what to do aren't going to get anything done. You guys are just wasting your time. Boom. What did I tell you? If you guys, look, we all came together and we made a change. That's pretty much how shit gets started. Revolution. Anyways, though, Lucasfilms, as of recently, has come out to talk about EA shutting down the microtransactions by saying Star Wars Battlefront has always been a game about the fans. And whether it's Battlefront or any other Star Wars experience, they come first. Although at this point, we learned pretty much a week ago through VentureBeat that Disney CEO, supposedly Disney CEO, Bob Iger, has actually made, was the one that called, or not really called, but he kind of talked in proxy through Jimmy Pitaro to Andrew Wilson, aka the Wilson Box creator. I'll go more into the Wilson loot box discussion in a bit. But he ended up talking to Andrew Wilson, and that's pretty much when the microtransactions got shut down. So it wasn't an EA thing, which most people were saying like, oh man, EA, was trying to be nice and they shut it down. No, it really seems like a Disney representative kind of told Andrew, you need to stop this stuff. You're really making Star Wars look bad. In fact, the Washington Post has more on the discussion that on Thursday, Jimmy Pitaro, chairman of Disney's Consumers Products and Interactive Media Division, made a call to EA hours before the decision was pulled from, the microtransactions were pulled in in-game purchases. And the Wall Street Journal also states that Disney executives were unhappy at the outrage reflected on, Star Wars franchise. Like, this thing is bad. Like, if you are looking at the bottom of the screen, you'll see pictures. And there's this one picture that really, demonstrates and showcases, what the loot boxes in the game were gonna be like and how it was just, unacceptable. In fact, it's gotten to the point now that the Belgium Gaming Commission has begun its own investigation into whether loot boxes are considered gambling. And at the same time, if you guys haven't also seen or heard, 2 Hawaiian state representatives are now looking into banning the sale of Star Wars Battlefront 2 in Hawaii due to the predatory effects or the predatory practices of the loot boxes. If you haven't seen the video, highly recommend watching it. It's in the show notes. It's all in the show notes. Around that same time, which this was reported on, by the way, through the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones reported this. Let me say this one more time. The Rolling Stones were the first to report this. And they actually got a response through the ESA. And the ESA pretty much states that loot boxes are voluntary features in certain video games that provide players with another way to obtain virtual items that can be used to enhance their in-game experiences. They are not gambling. This is the ESA, mind you. Depending on the game design, some loot boxes are earned and others can be purchased. In some games, they have the element that help a player progress through a video game. I want you to remember that key phrase for later on, but I'll say it one more time. In some games, they have the elements that help a player progress through the video game. In others, they are optional features and are not required to progress or succeed in the game. In both cases, the gamer makes the decision. That is true. That is true. The gamer does make the decision. Although there was a very powerful piece that was written on Reddit that kind of disputes this whole fact that the ESA did. It was written by Jingle Jeff, who was also a video game developer. In fact, the game he made is called BHB Biohazard Bot. It's on Steam. I would highly recommend you checking it out. I think I'm going to buy this game. I actually watched a few of the demo, but I'm going to go into his argument. But this is pretty much through the ESRB when they talked about the defense. And it's pretty much, the ESA and the ESRB pretty much said the same thing on the defense, well, you still get something and it's an option. It's not that big a deal. So he writes, the main argument that the ESRB makes in defense of loot boxes is that you always win something. Another common defense I've seen, although not made by the ESRB, is that you don't win real money. This logic in both arguments is flawed. As a game developer, I studied and analyzed real-life systems in order to accurately represent them in-game, and gambling, all forms of gambling, comes down to one simple system. Input value, randomized value, output value. I want you to remember, right? Make sure you remember these three. So he goes on to say, essentially, you feed in a value. The value gets randomized, and then you receive a new value, which may be higher or lower. And in this case, it's depending on the person. But let's go into what he says. You're making a gamble, a bet that your output value will be higher rather than lower. When you put in $5 in the slot machine, the value of the $5 gets randomly decreased to maybe a value of 0, or it gets randomly increased to maybe a value of 20. Everything else is just a distraction. Now consider if instead of winning $20, you instead won a car. Well, a car isn't money. However, the car still has relative value. It's worth many dollars. So even though you didn't receive money directly, the value of the $5 still changed in a randomized manner. Meaning, even though you didn't receive money, it was still gambling. Loot boxes are based on the same principle. You spend $5 on a loot box. The loot box is guaranteed to have something inside, but the loot box in and of itself is worthless. You can't do anything with it. You can't keep it, and so on. Instead, the box virtual value is determined by the contents. Once again, that's based off if you feel like this is worth what you are getting. But I'm going to go back to what he said. A box with 10 credits is worth less than a box of 1,000 credits. Another box might have an item worth 300 credits, and so on. This is despite the fact that the boxes cost the same. If you could spend $5 to directly get 5,000 crystals, this is not gambling because the conversion process is not randomized. You know exactly how much crystals you will get. It is fixed. But in the case of loot boxes, the in-game value changes randomly. This means that the same way the slot machine is a mechanism that randomizes the value of $5 and changes its value to a different value, the loot box itself is a mechanism that does the same thing. The loot box is the slot machine, folks. Dressed up as the prize. It randomizes the value of your $5 and assigns it a random virtual value. This is the heart of what makes it gambling. The fact that the value of your $5 changed in a random manner. The format of the values is irrelevant since it could be money, or pebbles, or a car, or Rikers, replicant Raptors, or Jesus clothing, or at this point, it could be Darth Vader. So I'm just going to keep stating that again. So I'm going to go back to what he said. So going back to the ESRB's defense, which is also the same as the ESA's, the fact that you always win something as demonstrated above is irrelevant because the value of what you win is not fixed. The value is randomized. And while the game lacks the mechanisms to convert the virtual value back into physical value, this doesn't change the fact that the gambling already occurred. That the input value, money, was randomly assigned a new value in the virtual world. If you flip a switch and enable exchanging in-game credits and items for money, it simply becomes easier to see what happened. You've made more money back from a $1,000 credit box than a $10 credit, even though both boxes originally cost $5. Now, I'm going to keep going some more, because that's something to remember, because even though in the ESA, they kind of state that, you don't get any money back, but it really depends on the value. If you put in, or if you buy a loot box, and you open a loot box, and you get, you'll get 5 different things, but if they're not the thing that you want, then you basically got nothing. That's pretty much what the argument is in the Reddit post. So it's like, if you want to dumb it down, it's pretty much whatever value you assign to what you open in the loot box, that's what you get in your reward. That's even worse. But anyways, let me keep going. Now since then, Evan Ringren, I don't know if I pronounced Evan's last name right, but who cares? He was interviewed by CNBC. He is pretty much, if you don't know, he is what was that? Where did I get that? Oh, he is a analysis investor. So he's an analysis investor. So this is good to know. because I'm about to pull up something real quick on Evan Wingward. But once again, just remember, I'm sorry, he's an investor analysis. I just want you guys to remember that part. Remember, he's an investor analysis. Alright, so I'm going back into it. He was interviewed by CNBC saying gamers aren't and this is him talking about why EA did the loot boxes and how gamers should just accept it and accept that, publishers should be able to charge more after you pay the $60 price point for buying the game. So I'm going to read his defense. He said gamers aren't overcharged, they're undercharged, and we're gamers. This saga has been a perfect storm for overreaction as it involves EA, Star Wars, Reddit, and certain pursuit gaming journalists, kind of a way of him mentioning Jim Sterling, and outlets who dislike microtransactions. Evan goes on to state that if a gamer spent $60 for the game, an additional $20 per month, he wants you to spend $20 per month, mind you, for microtransaction boxes and played around 2.5 hours a day for 1 year, it comes out to roughly 40 cents per hour of entertainment. This compares to an estimate of 60 cents to 65 cents per hour for just paying for television, or 80 cents per hour for a movie rental, and more than $3 per hour for a movie watched in theater, except the fact that you can't separate and, anyways, if you take a step back and look at the data, an hour of video game content is still one of the cheapest forms of entertainment, he wrote. Quantitative analysis shows that video game publishers are actually charging gamers at a relatively inexpensive rate and should probably raise rates. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the argument that was made for why, publishers should add the loot boxes and microtransactions in the game. So, ever since that article, within a few days later, on Imager, someone decided to do a little investigating on good old Evan. And what they come to find out was Evan Ringward, once again, he is an investor analysis, but guess who he works for while he's talking about this? He works for EA! Yes, correct. You're correct, Gamer Composer. He works for EA. Not only does he work for EA, he also works for Comcast. Guess who Comcast owns? CNBC.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what an investor analysis is, I will gladly tell you. Well, they provide stockbrokers, fund managers, and stock market traders with financial information, advice, and recommendations derived from global investor data. They also provide research and information to help trades, fund managers, and stockbrokers make decisions about investments. And guess what? It's pretty much trying to mitigate and trying to help EA, who's going through a little bit of a trouble with their stock since it's slowly been going down since Star Wars Battlefront 2's little microtransactions problem.
Just don't make stupid fucking decisions. Like, that's just the bottom fucking line. Like, to wrap this shit up, stop the bullshit.
Yo, look
just
at that.
Just stop fucking trying to get more out of your game. Even fucking hike the prices up for $70. I know most of you are like, no, don't do that. But it's like loot boxes is just like you were saying, Efocutioner, like they put these things in the game and you pay the money and it is a slot machine. If you don't get what you want, then you don't get the return of what you were looking for. So you're either going to even make it whereas it's the downloadable content where you can pay for, I want that skin or I want that map or whatever dumbass shit they've been doing for the past 10 years to at least know that what your value is, as opposed to loot crates and loot boxes. But you know what? I blame you too, motherfuckers, who are buying that shit out there because you fucking flew into this shit and your fucking wallet doesn't have fortitude. Your fucking wallet doesn't have fortitude. So I don't fucking understand why you would just start complaining about this now when it was bullshit from the motherfucking beginning.
Oh, and by the way, if you guys are thinking Overwatch, which I actually thought too, that maybe Overwatch started it, it was actually EA that begun it, and they begun it with Ultimate Team Mode in UEFA Champion League, which is a soccer game, which they then later implemented into FIFA games. In fact, there's a very interesting, well-documented, and well-analyzed YouTube video, which I had to double-check just to make sure, But some of the stuff I couldn't really find. But I still believe that they're telling the truth. It's in the show notes. Highly recommend watching. And it actually debunks the theory that publishers have to put in microtransactions because they need to cover the cost of games, when instead EA, ever since the let me go back onto this one. Ever since Mr. Wilson, what was it, Wilson or Wilkin?
Mr. Wilson!
Sorry. I really don't like this guy, but at the same time, I really don't want to. Wilson, aka Andrew Wilson, ever since he became the boss of EA in 2013, when he started implementing his little Wilson loot box, is the one that kind of started all this. And when other publishers saw how amazing how EA was making less games and making more money off of microtransactions, they followed suit.
Oh, well, you guys breed the monster, so this is what you get. Sorry. I mean, I'm going to continue to play fucking retro games. So PS3 and my Sega Genesis. That doesn't need any DLC, right? Anything in that set? No, let's see what it says here. Avoid exposing cartridge to extreme temperatures. Be careful not to immerse cartridge into water for protection when cartridge is not in use. Place cartridge inside protective plastic case, which Sega actually needs to actually make those again. Since you guys are making repros, might as well make the fucking repro cases for us loose-ass cartridges anyway. So yeah, no DLC on that, bitch. No loot crates on that, bitch.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's not Overwatch's fault entirely, but we can thank Andrew Wilson, aka the president of EA at this current time, the current boss, for how things are looking now. And we can also thank the people that continue to buy and support FIFA and continue to do the Ultimate Team battle bullshit. But yeah, like I said, I would highly recommend watching it. The video is from Skill Up, and it details how EA's begun this pattern. So I would really highly recommend watching it. So far, I haven't seen any, or I haven't found any information from the video that hasn't been true. And most of the stuff that they mention, I have it in the show notes. I have a lot more information on the Star Wars Battlefront 2. And by the way, you can still play the game and unlock your characters within 24 hours. So yes, but you gotta remember, it's 24 hours now, instead of it being, 80 hours for one character. So just remember that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. For those that are just like, I don't see the big deal. I'm playing Star Wars now. I can unlock characters and stuff a lot more easier. I don't see the big deal. Yeah, just remember, if the game had originally came out and no one said shit, you would have been spending 80 hours and you would have to make an investment to buy one character. One. Unless you do, even Schmog is getting the heat now. I think, Andrew Wilson may have taken Schmog's advice a little too seriously. You would have been dropping that. You would have been dropping them Benjamins, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm done. Don't forget, we helped. Reddit may have taken down EA. If EA gets into some more trouble. Think about this right now, folks. 2017, the year of the loot boxes, and the people that originally created this shit, the pay to win aspect of it, may have gotten taken down by motherfucking Reddit. Most people don't even take Reddit seriously. Yes. Reddit. What up? You can go ahead, Gamer Composer.
All right. Yeah, like I said my piece about that shit. Maybe you guys have some fortitude. Maybe not. Maybe your balls won't grow back or your tits or whatever. Excuse me. I still got my balls since I'm coughing. But since I got the money all over the place, I got to pick up the money. Let's get rid of the money.
Well, you can always call EA. They can just pick it up for you.
Oh, yeah. EA, come. No, you got enough money. Sorry. It's my money now. So let's see here. All right. So I got a little bit of some griping. I got little things to do. I was listening to GameStop episode 458, right?
Right.
And I quote, excuse me, if you listen to the show, you know that Damon Hatfield hosts the show, not roasts the show, but hosts the show along with other guests. And he says, I quote, he could have used release dates for Spider-Man and other games shown at Paris Games Week. So Paris Games Week was earlier in the month, and PlayStation had showed more, actually showed something rather than more than the shit that they did this summer at E3. I love you, PlayStation, but man, you fucked up. Anyways, so I'm wondering, like, why, right? Like, why can't you be happy that you saw something rather than nothing, right? And I'm thinking, like, so for years, they did not show The Last Guardian to the point of where it became a myth, and people had complained to see gameplay for a long time, and now they want to see release dates. And I'm thinking, like, the majority of gamers barely finish games nowadays, right? Let alone start them. So, like, I've talked to people who's like, oh, I got 50 games in my back catalog. I got so many games in my back catalog. And so, what do you need to see a release date for? First of all, Spider-Man was just announced last fucking year in 2016. You're privileged to actually see gameplay of the game 1 year later!
He dropped the P-word! He dropped the P-word, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, you if you really want to piss them off, you gotta call them entitled.
You're entitled.
You're entitled. And then you gotta add gamers to it.
Actually
you gotta add entitled gamers. They hate that. They hate it.
You can hate it all you want, but that's how you fucking act. I'm not done. Just gonna get
you see that, son? He's saying Hatfield is entitled. He's entitled. Gamers hate that word. Ask PewDiePie. He's an entitled racist.
They're privileged to actually see gameplay, though. Like,
entitled.
1 year later from something that was announced last year, right?
Do it.
So game development takes on an average 3 to 7 years. Plus, before the completion of depending on funding, companies not shutting down, you're lucky to see some gameplay. So again, like, could have used release dates for Spider-Man and other games shown at Paris Games Week. Fuck out of here. Like, are you kidding me? Visceral Games getting shut down, like, just
R.I.P. man.
Like within the month, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, from a Star Wars game, huh? What do you know that they happen to be working on? You know, they did Dead Space 1 through 3, and I'm just
1
like,
through
what?
2 was amazing.
Lastly, release dates don't mean shit nowadays because they push those back to months, days, weeks, or I don't even know, like the day before the release. So you needing to see it is like completely arbitrary. And like, I'm thinking like also in your case as a video game journalist in the industry, you should see trends. You should see these trends and not expect much. So just fix your mouth when you're talking. Like,
at the same time, where it wasn't even. Yo, we have a few of these people, these so-called game journalists, that were quite okay with loot boxes. So
yeah,
or the Wilson box.
I don't know. I just thought that one really got to me because I was like,
no, you're right.
You could have used really release dates. Like, why? They don't mean shit. Like, you're just gonna have one, and then like you're gonna be hype about it. You always complain about, oh man, there's so many games coming out this one time. I don't have time to play. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do that. Like, you don't need to see anything.
Yo,
you just be happy that you saw the game. I'm not done. You need to be happy you saw the game. You just be happy you saw the game, and like that's it. I mean, like I said, wow, like you're lucky to see something like a year later because Death Stranding is so shit yet. You could have used a release date for that too. Last Guardian could have used a release date for that too. All of us could have. We waited 10 fucking years.
Yeah. Good job.
Fix your mouth. Watch yourself. And yeah, so.
Stupid. You should ask them how's Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite going.
Oh yes, they know all about that.
Ask them how Horizon Zero Dawn's going.
Oh, they know all about that too. They probably think it's Ingrid from Game of Thrones, like playing the character of Aloy.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. So, moving on.
My turn?
Oh, do you have more?
I got a few.
Man, all right.
The question is
send it to you. Holy crap.
What do I bust out? How many do you have? That's the real question.
I just have 2 left. I just have 1 more left.
1 more left? Okay. Then I'll talk about mine real quick. Marvel Heroes. Yeah, that got shut down. That got ended. If you don't know about Marvel Heroes Omega, that is a PC game. Originally, it was released on 2014 of June. And then the PS4 and the Xbox One version was recently released, June 30th. So, and that got shut down. Gazillion Entertainment lost the contract. And people who are on the PS4 and the Xbox One version are kind of pissed because some of them dropped at least $400 on in-game content, because it's free to play, by the way. In order for you to have characters, you can buy characters for $5, or in packs that cost $20. But at least you know what's in the pack. And and you can also buy in-game costumes too. So some players are kind of upset because they're just like, so can we get our money back? And unfortunately, this is why you should probably read the terms of services, especially when you play free-to-play games. Gazillion can actually get rid of game and in-game content whenever it wants and owes its users nothing. A clause that is included in just about every game that it sells add-ons. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on.
Although some gamers have gotten their refund back, like for those on Xbox Live, if you have the game within 90 games, Xbox Live will at least refund a certain amount of in-game purchases that you get. But that's through Xbox Live. That's not through Gazillion Entertainment. Anybody else that bought it with over the 90-day period, supposedly, of Xbox Live, or if you have if you manage to negotiate with PlayStation to get your money back, you might be able to. But so far, it looks like not that many people have gotten their money back. So,
oh, that was funny as fuck. You were like, "This is why you should read the terms of services."
I mean,
and I'm just thinking, like, okay, I got this game right here, right? Excuse me, and it's brand new.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open it up, and I'm like, I'm ready to. I'm so excited. I'm ready to play this game. I'm hearing a lot about it. Before I play, let me read the terms of services.
I know it's not something everyone does. I'm like one of those weird people. Because there's a lot of stuff I haven't signed up for, because it's just like, yo, you're going to look at my information and do what?
I can't believe I was laughing about that for like almost 2 minutes when you said that. I didn't hear anything else you said after that. You were like, and this is why you guys should probably read the terms of service.
Hey, this is like a Pokemon Go situation. When Pokemon Go first got released, no one read the terms of services. I did. And I was like, I don't like the fact that they can access your email, access your phone, access your data without letting you know. And gamers complained about that through Pokemon Go, and they have to release a patch months later, but they still collected your information. So, congratulations. Yo, Gazillion Entertainment, you officially reached Pokemon Go status, because you took everyone's money and you ran with it.
Kickstarter campaigns. They pull in the Cactus Man from Final Fantasy.
Yo, they hit you with those 10,000 needles. And
10,000 needles. Woo.
Thanks for those 10,000 likes.
Oh, we're gonna use that from now on.
Oh man. You can go next.
All right. Speaking of ducking and dodging, GameStop, my buddy, my friend,
gosh,
my pal.
What now?
What it look like?
What's
going on? Man, you guys just can't get it together. Hold on. Y'all make me feel like this.
Oh.
I don't even know what's going on with y'all no more. I gotta. Like,
he's got the Uncle Death shades.
I gotta put these on top just to be like, oh, okay, I can't see. But yeah, so y'all had a really good thing coming. Y'all had a really good thing that I thought was brilliant. I remember talking to Efocutioner while I was when I was deep in the well of preparation, and I had looked to the sky, and I was like, hey, you know, what if they decided to rent games? And he was like, oh, that story broke out 4 days ago. And we got into this little debate about when it broke. And then when I Googled it, it came out 3 hours ago. But the first story that broke it was The Verge, which was on a Thursday. And I came up with it on like a Monday or Tuesday. But again, the epiphany, right? So this is very relevant.
It was a very strong epiphany.
It was very strong epiphany. Because I
was actually scared. I thought he cheated, but he really didn't.
It came from like nowhere. And then I was like, oh, that's sick. They're going to have a huge library. You're going to have $60. You can try it out. And then...
Who sent you that information again?
Y'all fucking stopped. So you had a good thing going and you fucked it up. You had an excellent selling point, and then you rescind your promotion because of your system can't handle something that has been used since the 1990s by video stores and another mom and pop stop shop.
Or what Efocutioner has been doing for how long?
Oh, we're going to get to that. Y'all need to get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, though. Like, at least let the people who tried the service a full refund. Let them get a full refund and let them choose a pre-owned game of their choice. But heck, if they pay $60, you should let them choose a new one since this is the standard retail price anyway, fuckers. Like,
Church.
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And clearly my epiphany was just like, oh, yeah, like, you guys just shut it down. Like, take them on. And you tried it in a few places. I don't know where you tried it from, like, Wichita, Kansas. Like, where nobody's gonna be. Like, I just baffled. They're like, oh, well, we're taking it away, but you can get a pre-owned game. But you paid $60, so shouldn't I technically get a new game? Like, come on, like, you guys just keep fucking up. It's like you already took away the program, and then you would pull that bullshit. And yes, so some people received their refund, but other people didn't.
Yeah.
So
yes,
I just don't understand how your system can allow what Efocutioner has actually been doing for how long?
Oh damn, I forgot. I've been doing this since PS3.
Okay, so why don't you fill them in, and then I'll jump back into that.
All right, so I think around like 2012 or 13, there was just one summer where I had a job and I had quite a bit of time on my hands, and this was before I really was focusing on podcasts, and I was like, I want to play some games that people have been telling me to play, but I don't feel like dropping $60 to buy a new game, so of course, if you don't know, if you buy a used game at GameStop, you have 7 days to return the game, and you get your money back. So what I ended up doing was I ended up playing BioShock, and I powered through that within 5 days.
Got a few interruptions. Is that your full refund of your money back?
That's 100% of your money.
Oh, that's very important to say.
So I just want you to know, within 7 days, the policy still exists to this day, that you can buy a used game, and you have 7 days to return it. Also, that applies to any used products. So that applies to their controllers and, whatever the hell else that's used. You have 7 days.
For a full refund?
For a 100% full refund. That is correct. And I powered through,
how many games?
I think I powered through like 3 games. I played BioShock and I didn't enjoy it because I was rushing through it. I played Uncharted at that time, and I powered through it without really enjoying it. So I had no idea what was going on. And then there was a third game that I played. It was like, I forgot what the hell it was. But I know I powered through it, so I didn't really, I didn't have time to enjoy it, but I managed to beat these games within, BioShock 5 days, Uncharted 2 days, and then the other game was definitely 2 days, so. And I got my money back. And it was the same $56 I kept using. I literally took $60 out my bank, gave them $60, got my change, kept my change, and kept using the money that I kept getting back. And then once I was officially done, and this is when Chase was allowing you to, let you cash in your change and they would give you your full money. So I just took the change.
Not talking about me. He's talking about the bank.
Oh. But pretty much, I just ended up taking my money and I put it right back into the bank once I was done. So I took $60, played games, and got my money back. That's why I was like, I don't know why they did the program, because you can just do that within 7 days.
But I have 6 months instead of 7 days.
Yeah, I guess, but that's one of the reasons why GameStop canceled the program. I mean, I still think that was stupid. You should at least let it have time to breathe and let people actually try it out.
No, I mean, you would have made fucking bank.
People were really interested in buying this program. Like there were people on Reddit that were talking about yo, this is an ingenious idea. It's like Blockbuster for GameStop. And I'm just like, so it's like Blockbuster. And they got
a huge ass library. And they could always interchange it. It could have been it could have smashed out Redbox, because Redbox only gives you it's really cheap to rent from them, right? $3-4 a game a day, but then you get like only Redbox and some, municipals, and it gets, it's just kind of frustrating and like, damn, the other thing out. But GameStop's got like, if someone rented, what the fuck is this game? All right, we got this new game here, Shadow of War, right? $60 right now, right? Someone bought Shadow of War. I bought Shadow of War full price, right? I don't fucking want this game no more. Bye, right? So then you go to GameStop, right? And then that's a used game.
That is a used game.
You don't have to go to Redbox
for
and
$55.
Shadow of War's not there. You get that fucking game. You get to use it for 60 fucking, I don't know, because the game is huge, right? Like, it's large. I'm not going to beat it in 7 days. Unless I don't have fucking life. I work. I got shit to do. I'm trying to, I'm putting on video game concerts and all other kinds of stuff going on. I'm part of 2 podcasts. I have to live. And I may not have 7 days to really enjoy it. And someone asked me, how'd you get the game? I don't know. I didn't have fucking enough time to do it. But other times, people who do have the advantage to play those games in that time span, it's great. It's excellent. So the program actually could have thrived in that case, right? You get a brand new used game for that amount of time.
Dude,
and
old
shit,
go into
so you
the
can
store and get it. So that's the best
had they
part
stepped
about
their game up even more, and they had like PlayStation 2 games or Sega Genesis games, it would have been fucking big.
Hey,
because they already brought the retro thing back. You guys fucked up.
Well, wait, Gamer Composer. Guess what? Certain GameStop stores actually have PS2 and Sega and SNES games.
Okay, and where the fuck are they? Great Falls, Montana?
No, actually, the one near me actually has like a few SNES games in there.
All right, so I want
that
proof,
you can actually rent,
and you need to go and be on Twitter, and I'm gonna log into that, and so we need to show our viewers that shit actually exists. Not to say that you were wrong, but we need to see it.
Yeah,
we want to see it.
There's one right now that you actually could buy, and it's used. And if they did the program right, you actually could play used Nintendo DS or Nintendo 3DS games.
That would have been so awesome! That doesn't exist in Redbox! That is fucking like, oh my god, you guys, oh my god.
I'm just saying.
What else?
If you got Wii U, could have played Wii U.
I don't fucking know.
You got Switch. You could switch it up and buy used Switch games to try.
Yeah, people are on the verge about the Switch. You don't even know. Someone bought a new Switch game, now it's used, and now you get that. You get to try before you buy. You don't have to wait from the mail from GameFly. You know what the fuck's going there. You ain't gotta, there's a GameStop almost damn near close to McDonald's. I ain't gonna say Starbucks because that's a little far fetched.
I don't know, man. It was, to me, it was a smart idea. I thought it was.
Well, you thought it was dumb. Now let's just be clear.
Okay, yes, I thought it was dumb.
But now that we're getting into the details of what you could have rented from,
yeah. So at first, I thought it was stupid. I truly agree because I literally said you could just play in 7 days.
Yeah, but you only get That makes sense.
But when you really get down to it, certain GameStop stores do have some retro games. This would be the perfect way to get into that. Especially since GameStop during Black Friday and still going on now until Monday, you can actually get a 360. Yep.
They have a lot of good deals there, and I just can't even give them the money because of this bullshit. I walked past there yesterday in the mall, and I'm just like, man, I like the store, but nah. I got some other cool shit though, but we're gonna get to that later.
But it's all good. GameStop took that money, and then this is what they did.
They're definitely living the cactar life. We're going to use that now on the podcast. When you're doing this, when you're trying to just run.
So we got Schnog, the greedy, who's actually going through some hard times. And now we have the cactar taking your money and hitting you with the 10,000 needles. All right, so let's move on to the next. I got one quick one real quick.
I can't get over that shit. The 10,000 needles. Yep. Looking at the terms of service. This is great. This is awesome. I'm having so much fun.
We're going to make a t-shirt off of that. Make sure to read the terms of services, folks, and then we'll have a Marvel character on it.
Don't get hit with 10,000 needles. We already have a Vote for Your Wallet shirt, which we hopefully put out when we find the right distributor, and they're not trying to hit us with the 10,000 needles.
Hey, but
that life.
Since we're talking about Marvel real quick, I'm gonna do like two quick ones. So the first is Tekken 7. Of course, we know that game's on PC. There was actually a PC player who hacked the game, and he's playing as Boska Kazumi, which is like Heihachi's wife. That's the boss, like the final boss of the game, besides Akuma. And he managed to hack that into the PC, and he's been playing and facing people and beating them. And he ran into like this really pro Tekken player, and this guy kind of just destroyed him. In fact, to the point that he rage quit. Like,
is this on video?
Yes, this is on video.
Oh, we're linking this. Like, send that shit to me too.
It's in the show notes, but also you guys should be watching it right now. Like
live?
Well, no, it's like it should be at the bottom.
Oh.
And then of course, you know, like he plays as like Brian at first, and he pretty much shotguns Kazumi. If you don't know, there's a prop shotgun that the characters have in Tekken, and you can actually use your props. But the shotgun is pretty much useless because it shoots at an angle where it's shooting at the sky, but the guy was floating in the air, so guess what he did? He actually took his time, used the prop gun, and he killed him. He killed him with the prop shotgun. Like that's the worst way to die, because that's like the most useless way. But anyways. And then he also like bodies him with Paul. If you don't know, Paul has the death fist, where he takes his hand and he literally shoves it through your chest and through your soul. Like every time you get hit, it's like you're losing a piece of yourself. So
Shang Tsung over here.
Yeah, that's pretty much why he rage quit it, because he kept getting death fisted a lot. Like right up there. And then another quick one is, I'm not going to say his full name because I'm not calling anybody blank the God unless they're like legit good at something.
No, I'm going to not just refer to anyone as God because that's disrespectful.
That too. But WeeGee, this is streamer, he bought Sonic Forces.
I almost did yesterday. Almost.
Well, let me help you right now. Supposedly he beat Sonic Forces in under 3 hours, and he tried to return it. Well, he did return the game on Steam. And supposedly Julia from Polygon, Julia Alexandra, I believe, from Polygon, decided to do an article stating that this guy, WeeGee, pretty much was trying to make money off of playing Sonic Forces, talking shit about Sonic Forces, and then returning Sonic Forces. Now, of course...
He's a streamer, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
So, of course, WeeGee didn't realize this, and he saw the article, and he was like, you know, this is kind of lies. So he decided to make a video talking about how he doesn't feel like it was true, kind of feels like it was a hit piece, kind of feels like this was just taken out on him. Although, he kind of almost destroys his argument by saying that, you know, how come other big YouTubers can do the same thing that I did, and you guys don't write an article about him? And it's just like, bro, don't say that. All you're doing is throwing blame. Don't throw blame at yourself. You're actually in the right on this one. She did kind of like attack you out of nowhere. Don't try to throw the blame on someone else. That destroys your argument. But it's in the show notes. You're welcome to watch it and stuff.
Watch what? He did a video about it, you said?
Yeah, he made a video talking about the article.
Yeah. How long is the video?
Not too long, like 20 minutes.
Okay.
It's pretty much where he's saying, like, yo, Julia pretty much was going out to get him. And he kind of shows, like, the correspondence between the two, what questions she asked, and etc. But it kind of goes into the point of, yo, man, even if you get big, they'll still attack you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you make it big, they're only going to attack you because you're big. Duh.
Yeah. But most importantly, he kind of talks about, well, Julie kind of thinks that he took the money and just... But instead, what he was really trying to do was just like, he didn't have a great time playing it. But what he ended up doing was he ended up rebuying the game because he felt like, you know, he didn't want that stigma on him. So he tried to take the money and run, but then he came back. So that's not too bad. And that's it for It's All About the Hype.
Yeah, we were pretty hyped with this one. This was a good hype.
Yeah, it was a good hype.
Got to come down from that one. Oh, by the way, I want to throw some hype back at you. Did you watch the 5 salty ones? The 2 videos I watched?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, okay, so I said
the worst. Okay, yeah, go on. I'm sorry. Go.
Yeah. Go ahead. No. Like I just let the audience know that I said that we'll definitely have these in show notes. Please. This was talking about like based off of what he said before the Polygon article.
Yeah, the Tekken player.
Yeah, the rage quit. And I want to piggyback off of that. That I just happen to be on YouTube, and I just want to kind of entertain when I watch some, dinner. But I eat dinner kind of quick, like 20, 30 minutes. So I don't get to, when I'm prepping dinner, I don't like to listen to it. I just like to watch. So I'm sit down and enjoying it. Anyways, found the 5 salty Smash Brother tournament controversies and rage quits that occurred. And oh my gosh, take it away, Efocutioner.
Okay, so I saw that quite a bit. But I think the worst is, so these two players are playing, and this guy's controller comes out while he's playing, and the other guy decides to pause the game to allow that guy to plug the controller back in, right? And as soon as he plugs it in, he's like, yo, he paused. I want that DQ. Give me that win. And then everyone was like, wait, what? Like, yo, even the guy who paused was just like,
I was like,
are you trying to take the win for me helping you? And it was like one of those things where it's like, bro, that is, like, everyone had to sit there for a minute. They were trying to decide, like, they were like, well, technically he did pause, but you unplugged, so the game would have paused because of you unplugging. It was pretty much, it was the shadiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's what they said on the stand. They were like, that's shady. I didn't even understand the controversy behind that one. So thanks for clearing that one up. That one was, that was crazy. Mine were, there was one, it starts with the game Hungry Box or some shit, I don't know, like that. Yeah. And he didn't shake old boy's hand. He just looked at him. Oh. And then they told him to shake his hand.
So that's the one where if they both had one stock, and he managed to knock the player and up into the sky and win. But the problem was that player had a low knockup rate. He had like 0.9 instead of like 1.0. So they had to replay the set. And since they had to replay the set, Hungry only had 1 life and the other guy had 2. Now, of course, because of that, he also had it was pretty much a 1-on-2 disadvantage, and he had just pretty much made a comeback. And he had to redo that comeback. But it was kind of hard for him to do because he only had 1 stock, and they also had to change the stage because the stage they were playing on, they weren't supposed to play on. They were playing on Final Destination, and that was the stage he chose, and they had to play on another stage, a random stage. They had to play somewhere else. They couldn't play on that same stage. So then they changed the stage. And once they changed the stage, and he only had 1 stock, he pretty much lost, and he was so pissed. He was like, I ain't shaking your hand. Fuck that shit. He's like, and I felt for the guy. I was like, damn, that wasn't even my fault. That's his fault. That's your fault for not checking the shit.
See, it helps when you understand what's going on. Now, I was just watching it more of like people just not shaking hands and people just getting booed and guys just getting up and like they have their hands out and they just turn away from them. And one of them just like...
They were pretty much like that.
They fucking just peace out. They just cactar the fuck out of there. Like,
yo, they were like, they definitely got hit with 10,000 needles of salt. Got the fuck up out of there.
They got hit with the 10,000. They said,
yo, that's what we gonna call it, 10,000 needles of salt. Like, you just lost all your money. You lost the chance of winning. You lost the chance of getting them big paychecks. By the way, people, Super Smash Brothers is probably one of the biggest fighting games that has the most payout.
Damn.
Right now.
So you might as well get your shit together. And shout out to Alyssa Menace. Play her, because she's a force to be reckoned with.
I actually would like
to play girls.
Yeah,
she was like, why do you want to play me? And I'm like, shit, I ain't playing nobody. I suck. I barely know how to jump.
I just want to play. I'm curious. I want to see. I want to see what an actual pro Smash Brother player plays like.
She's killing it in the Jersey area, I think. So look out for her.
I'll challenge her one day. I'm challenging you now. If you're listening, you ever listen to this podcast? I challenge you.
All right. Just add her at time code 59 minutes.
I will either play Sonic or I'll play Ryu or Cloud. Actually, no, I'll play Bayonetta because I know she's top 2.
It's going down. We're going to set it up. We can't finish the hype yet. I mean, we just came off Black Friday. Might as well jump in here. And it's so hype about that. It's going to make it quick. I mean, it's going to kind of, Treasure Hunt for me is a little bit different than the Black Friday. I'll try to keep it separate. And then we also got to talk about how we're actually going to be going to the Game Awards soon. Cause I mean, this is a big deal. It's only it's next week.
Then we
if you think about it, this week is, let me double check the calendar.
No,
okay, well...
It's not this week, it's the week after.
Okay, so it's in 2 weeks. Right, it's in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, I'm already into next week because today is just whatever to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's in 2 weeks, and we're going. I kind of have red carpet. I'm still going to do the pitch. I'm going to tell you about that later.
We better have a red carpet.
We're going to be at PSX as well. Still got to buy tickets for that shit. So we're going to be there. You see us, say hello. I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to be wearing from my Black Friday. I got some cool shit. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can go first. All I got is one thing right now.
All right, you show your one thing because I got 3 things.
Look, man, this is all I got. I bought the last copy of Tekken. It's new, and you want to know how I know it's new? Because there's no wrapper
on there.
Huh?
What's that sticker on there? Is that a GameStop sticker?
That's a GameStop sticker. So guess what? If I don't like the game because I bought it new and there's no wrapper, I can actually return this and get my full money back. And guess what? I've done this before. When they give you this and it's not wrapped, and you even no box. That was the receipt. So if I don't like Tekken, I could actually return it within, I think, 5 days and get my money back.
No questions asked.
No questions asked. My full money back.
I love it.
And then if I want to, I can buy it as a used game and play it for 7 days again.
Awesome.
This is why you should definitely get your games wrapped, GameStop. Don't sell it like this. Don't sell it like this.
Best Buy's got it together. Look at this. Huh? Look at that shrink wrap right there. Look at that end piece right here. See that? That's called shrink wrap. That's called brand spanking new.
And then I bought this, and then that's it.
Oh, what? That's $10 or what?
Yeah, it was $10. Because I'm gonna buy Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted from the Black Friday sale on PSN, and then that's it. That's it for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then you already saw the first thing I got. I'll do it again. It's
Resident Evil 6.5.
7. We got it going on.
Oh,
I've been hearing a lot of good things about this one, and it's got the PSVR mode, and my friend has a PSVR, so I might be playing that. I'm super excited to play that. That was $20 at Best Buy. I was like, I have to buy that because that's not going to be any cheaper any other time. Except I finally got this dumbass game. I've been waiting for Goaty, and they're never going to do it, so I was like, fuck it, I'll buy it. So it's $20 there. I had to do it. And then I went to the store called, boxlunch.com. These guys got it down. These guys got this shit down to a science.
Boxlunch?
And it's fucking dope because I sent Efocutioner some pictures. I might post them up on Twitter later on. I got to see how I've been dressing. I need dress socks. Got some fucking PlayStation dress socks, bitch. Think Geek and GameStop didn't have that shit together. Man, these shits were on point. Only $10. I think it was half off at that price thing too. And then I found this fucking Game Boy notebook. And it's just not just a normal Game Boy thing. Look closely. Go up and down.
Yep.
It fucking has a little thingy. It plays the damn game. I fucking love this. But yo, this is the thing of all things right here. This is the thing of all things right here. I gotta put this on.
Ooh.
Check and turn and signal to the right.
Ooh.
Now turn to the right. Yo, parappa hats on point. And you know it's real. You know it's real.
Yeah,
because it says PlayStation official license product, baby. Right there. Yeah, show yours. Yeah, you got the 5950. Yes, it was $16.90. It wasn't even $20. I almost got this hat out from the case, the display case at PSX because they ran out. I almost got it. Not due to me just being there too. I had the hookup from the homie industry. So I'll be wearing this.
Ooh.
PSX to say fuck you PSX because I couldn't get in the line. They closed the line on me. They were just rude. They didn't know who the fuck I was, and I'll be wearing my Let It Dies. And
man, they better have
that's
them
my
Uncle
Black
Death
Fridays.
Shades. My ass be like, yo, I need them Uncle Death shades.
I'm just gonna be, this hat is so comfortable. It's made so well. I hope I never sweat in this hat because I don't want to wash it. I'm barely gonna wear it. It's gonna hang it up. It's gonna be a trophy. And yeah, man, that's Black Friday, which, not too bad spending. Spent under $50 pretty much for everything.
Same here.
So, that's a lie. Sorry, I did bad math. I spent under $100.
Well, I spent under 50.
You spent 100?
No, I didn't.
100. Oh, I didn't think.
I spent less than 100, but I spent under 50 for games.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I had to get the Batman one, though. But I had to get the other stuff, too. That was just too good to be true. It's just too good to be true. So, yeah. That's the hype. That's all the hype for sure.
Yeah.
That's
hype.
My goodness, we went a long time. We apologize, but
not really.
I haven't been on in a while. The reunion is real. We're just missing Laura Brioche, the Bread Slayer, and I will pull her from underneath the.
Man, she's really fighting some bread, man.
Yeah, she's the last to come back from the conquest of us composers. So when she has her concert, and yeah, she's gonna try and one up me, but we'll see how it goes. I wish her the best, nonetheless, because she is very talented. She knows this.
She is a diamond cutter, so.
Diamond country, so yeah. Let me put this hat on properly.
But, of course, we're going to take a small break, and when we return, we're going to get back into the next topic, so stay tuned. Hi there, guys.
All right, so welcome back.
Go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
Sure.
Welcome back. We got Treasure Hunter. We got Indie Radar. We got both. We got everything.
Yeah, we got both. But
I'm lost.
I'll let you do. You can do one first.
Okay, yeah. All right. So 2 games I want to bring up just for Indie Radar. Songbringer. Ooh. We're going to show it to you in the video below. Check this game out. It looks pretty cool. I don't want to say much about it because I actually haven't played it, but I did want to put it on the radar. It's going to be short and sweet. You're like, you brought up a game you don't even know about. It just looks good. Yeah. Check it out. You'll see why.
It's going to be bringing the song.
Yeah, it's Songbringer. I mean, like, it just kind of got my attention. It looked kind of, sort of sorcery type of thing. And I was intrigued. So I'm going to pull that your way, and you can look at that. And then there's the other indie game where the water tastes like wine. I actually know one of the voice narrators that worked on this game. It kind of looks like one of those Hardy Boys type of stories, but in like a game format. And check out the trailer for that too. That one is very, very interesting. The game is not out yet. It was just announced this week. I think it was actually announced at Paris Games Week as well. I'm not really sure. But I also want to throw back to something Efocutioner played, which was a game called You're in Space and Everyone Wants You Dead for that Game Boy Jam game. That shit was tight as fuck. Like, that shit was good. Like, we will definitely link that to you. It's free. It's just so well made. And my gosh, like, it's kind of hard. I wish there was like a controller for it. Don't you agree? Like, holy shit. I mean, unless you're really good at PC gaming, like, it's really, really difficult for me. But man, that shit was tight. Like,
look at it. Even Goofy's like, oh gosh. He's like, oh gosh.
I mean, you guys know, like, I'm Game Boy fan, okay? Like, this shit just definitely works. So
you guys know me. I'm PlayStation. It's for my audio people. Sorry,
I'm PlayStation 2.
Or Sega. Even though Sonic Forces.
Clearly, I got PlayStation hat on my head. Got PlayStation socks. I mean, come on. I'm mobile.
I got the hat. And I got Goofy.
Let It Die Shades, only released on PlayStation. I mean, we good.
Bro, I got Uncharted 1 through 3.
You got any indie radar then for your stuff?
Still playing Super Combo Man.
Super what? Famicom?
Combo Man.
Combo Man? Alright. So yeah, man, that's Indie Radar.
Alright, so go on to the next topic. No commercial breaks. Fuck that. You know
Treasure Hunt.
Treasure Hunt.
I found this at some weird ass horror store thing in Ventura County, California, and it is a Game Boy cup. And when you pour it, it's very cool because it doesn't have it barely has like the game that's in it right now when it comes on the screen. But when you pour something into it, it changes color into what the game is, and it'll just tell you it's like Super Mario Land. So it's super awesome. It feels really awesome.
I see it.
Feels really awesome. And then I also found Light Crusader on Sega Genesis.
Ooh. What is Light Crusader?
I don't know. It just has this badass cover art, and I was like, this just looks like a lot of fun.
It looks scary.
But so I can't wait to try that out. Then a friend of mine bought Jewel Master.
What is Jewel Master?
I don't know either. I didn't even get to play that one.
Whoa.
It just looks awesome.
Looks like the Infinity Stones. It's the freaking Infinity Stones!
Yeah, look at that, right? It's just so cool.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Gosh.
And then I got Mystic Defender.
The hell is Mystic Defender?
This game looks cool.
Wow, the cover art, ladies and gentlemen, for my audio people, you really need to take a look at this.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that is...
Cool. So Light Crusader and Mystic Defender, I was like, oh, what are these games? I want to check them out. And then I was like, I'm trying to go by, like, just going off of the tip of the cusp and guessing. And I traded in a transfer pack that I got from a RetroCon. It was like only $1. And they said it didn't work, and I tested it, and it does. Then I traded in a hybrid of a PlayStation and Xbox 360 controller. And then I traded in, a Pelican GameCube controller, third party. And that got me like $10 in credit. So I bought those games from there, as well as, finally, to my collection, Castlevania Curse of Darkness on PlayStation 2.
What about
the 3D
Lords
version.
of Shadow?
I beat that one. That's on PS3.
What about Castlevania Symphony of the Orchestra?
Symphony of the Orchestra, I beat that one too, and I got that from the Goodwill. Okay. Now, I have both PlayStation 2 Castlevania games, Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness, which is the more popular one, and I almost got this in Chicago. Almost! Saw this on the shelf at the Salvation fucking Army, and I freaked out, and I was like, oh my god, I had so much great luck. And I opened the fucking case, and lo and behold,
it was a trap.
There was no disc there. But now I have the manual and the disc, and life is good, and I will be playing that. And then, no, I'm not going to talk about that one. So, because, I just got this little thing, but I didn't get it from anywhere special. That bullshit is. To play some of the really cool games. Actually, you guys really should pick this up. I don't know if any of you already kind of do have it, but some of these games cost a lot of money. And it's like closest thing to, I know they have that like Sega Classic System thing, but that shit sucks, honestly. Here are the games they have on this disc. Like, they have, okay, I'm only going to point out the games that are really expensive. First of all, they got Beyond Oasis, one of my favorite games of all time on Sega Genesis. It was the first adventure game to kind of be in the style of Legend of Zelda, but better in its own story, how to spin off. Now everybody knows games. The first big adventure game on Sega Genesis. Yes. Awesome. Comic Zone, which I think is going up in price. Echo the Dolphins are good. But check it out. They got Golden Axe 1 through and 3, which everyone talks about. Here are the ones that are the big ones that people like know and they like the games, and that sure are very expensive to have on like actual like cartridge and shit like that. So Phantasy Star 2, Phantasy Star 3, and Phantasy Star 4. Shining Force is easily like $60 because I want Shining Force and I want Shining Force 2. And then they have Shining in the Darkness, which is a really good game. And they got all of Efocutioner's favorites: Sonic 3, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Knuckles, Sonic Spinball, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Like, you can't go wrong. They even have Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master. Shinobi! I wish they had the other Shinobis. And they got all of Efocutioner and both of our games that we used to play together when we were children was the Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3. And they had Vector Man 1 and 2. Now, granted, they on that Sega Classic System, I keep looking up there because I have to get the box, so on that Sega Classic System, they...
Oh my gosh, man. I almost had
So on the system here, right? You get 2 wireless controllers, but you have to fucking be like within 1 feet for the damn thing to work. And then all the music is in 60 hertz, and I believe in the United States it was in 50 hertz. So you're hearing everything pretty much almost a whole step above if you guys know music, and it just sounds awkward. But only people who got the 60 hertz stuff are the people in Europe. So if you grew up with that sound, then that doesn't bother you. But if you grew up here, you're like, the Sonic music sounds very different. And so they have all these cool games. They got Shakan the Forever Man, which is a really good game. I'm kind of kicking my ass to not have picked that up when I saw it for $5. I told myself I wouldn't get anything without the case anymore, but I have a feeling the cases are going to come back and that people are going to get their shit together and not try to charge me $23 fucking for a damn case. Or better yet, when I buy from a fucking video game store like Mom and Pop Stop Shop, that they're going to give me the fucking case when I buy the game for the fucking case, because I'm spending fucking money at your damn fucking store where GameStop is trying to put you out of fucking business. So instead of having it as a motherfucking display case, give me the motherfucking game that goes with the damn motherfucking case, okay? Sorry for the motherfucking bombs, but F-Bombs Away Part 7 in this piece. Now, all these other games that are on here, I mean, they do have Shinobi 3 as well, all the other stuff. Pretty much they're rivaling exactly what's on that PlayStation 3 disc right here. So you got to get this and play well. I don't know how it plays. I can't wait to tell you. Or you can get this piece of shit and suffer.
Dude, did you just throw that?
Yeah, there's nothing in it.
Oh, okay.
I threw Shadow War and there was something in there.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to say anything about Shadow War. I thought you did the right thing, so.
So that's my treasure hunt. Wow, like, it's been a while. I know this. Oh, also, I got to also let you guys know that some of the games I bought them from is the store called Pastime Legends in Ventura County, California. I think they're also in New York. So I know we have some worldwide listeners. Check them out. They don't have a social media. I haven't found them. Their cards are kind of like, eh. I'm like, this is the time of social media and you're not marketing yourself, so I don't understand where that is.
This is the times we all wish for.
Strategy guides they have. Oh, I got some of those, but I can't get those right now. I played Thunder Force and Arc Odyssey as well in my treasure hunt times that I was doing. And I also donated like instruction manuals. I think it was GTA and Patapon.
So, but who cares about GTA?
Nobody cares. So that has been my treasure hunt. It's been a great hunt. I haven't actually bought that many games in a couple months, more than a couple months, at least almost like 4 or 5 months apart. And usually I'm buying a game every month. So I've just been saving my money, being a little bit smart about some things. So yeah, I spent quite a lot this year. So far, I think I'm probably close to $300 in spending in games. That's pretty good because last year I spent $3,000.
That's what I'm applauding. Seriously, that's what I'm applauding. Here.
And that's this throughout the entire year, right? So that's the culmination of it thus far. So yeah, not too bad. It's a little more than me or that I wanted, but yeah. Probably won't buy too much more. So you think it's time for our last break and we come back?
Yes.
And wrap it up?
So we're going to take a small commercial break. We'll return. We're to come into the next topic. So stay tuned. Hi there, guys. Welcome back. And Gabriel Composer, take it away.
So we're back. We don't have Guess You Got Tenzio this time, and we know we've been behind and stuff like that, so we'll probably have to wrap that up for the year coming up soon. Probably plug it in somewhere. I don't know, but I know the episode's running kind of long, but we want to give you a lot. And then, I mean, we just had a few things between the both of us we're going to talk about. But so checkpoint is going to begin. You guys know how this works, but we're going to shorten this one this time. Efocutioner is going to get one question to see if he gets the checkpoint to win. And since he loves Sega, I'm going to be nice on him. I'm going to check his Sega knowledge.
Oh,
and the question, are you ready, Efocutioner?
Yeah, I guess. Whatever, man. Goofy, give me strength.
All right. What was the code name of the Sega Dreamcast? Yeah. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8,
shit.
7.
It's been a while. You asshole. I don't remember. It was... No, that can't. No, it wasn't. Fuck. I really don't remember.
Would you like a hint?
Sure.
It is the name of a sword.
Hayabusa?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. The code name for the Sega Dreamcast was Project Katana.
Gosh, shit. That is the most basic sword name. I'm doing like actual sword. Muramasa.
It's all good. Thanks for playing. It's all good. If you guys like it, definitely let us know.
I hate you.
We'll send you some questions your way, and then if you get something right, then we might send you a cool gift from developers that we have friends and relationships with.
Yeah, actually, we really, because we got a lot,
but yeah,
we love sharing.
You take it away now, Efocutioner.
Damn, I'm like fucking sad right now. I don't care if I'm dropping that bombs. Fuck.
Duck, 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 duck.
Goose. Anyways, it's that time of the show where we have to say goodbye. But before we do, and Lord Barrios is still not here. Before we do that, for my audio people, we're doing the cactar.
Do the cactar.
We're doing the cactar. You already know what time it is. It's time for selfless plugins. Go.
Pick up your copy of Reality on the PC. It's legit to admit. It's got my name in here.
It's got my
Music
name in
and
there
sound
too.
designed by Chase Bethia. It does have his name as a tester. So I haven't even opened this one. But yeah, pick up your copy of Reality. I'm sure it's going to be on some stores somewhere.
Like Limited Run.
Yes, hopefully Limited Run might be picking it up. We're not sure. Check me out at chasebethia.com. I will be posting the video game concert that I did. Thank you for everyone who did come out. Thank you for everyone who watched. I really, really appreciate it. It was a lot of work to put together for that themed concert that happened. I pretty much made history. Excuse me. This past Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. And I'm very humble. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be posting the link again, like I said, on there. If you want to follow me, again, I'm at Chase Bethia on Twitter. It's pretty much the one I'm most active on. I have some really cool things coming out soon. Ground, also check that out. That game, now that we can talk about it, is the next game and project that I will be working on. It has got over 300,000 plays, and people like a little bit more than Minecraft right now. Only 20,000 plays in 2 days when it was on Congregate and Newgrounds. Now it's on Armor Games and a couple other websites. Just Google AGROUND, Ground. And I did the music and most of the sound effects. I haven't finished everything yet, but we're looking to do that, and maybe it might actually be on some consoles next year. So enjoy and let us know what you think.
Video game maestro's making moves.
Told you. It's got to keep moving.
Chronicles of Gamers, 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 Chronicles of Motherfucking Gamers. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on VidMe. We are on SoundCloud. We are on Acast. We are on iTunes. We are on fucking Google.
Stitcher.
So yeah, we're on Stitcher. We're actually on the Play thing, the
Google Play.
Yes, we're on Google Play.
And please leave us some reviews if you don't mind.
Yes.
Check out our previous episodes.
Yes, please do. Actually, you guys have been doing that. I appreciate
that, and thank you.
I'm sorry. Did you want to keep going? Or?
No. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go on.
My apologies. I do want to say something real quick. I appreciate the messages that you guys do give on Facebook. And I just want you to know you can still message me at the Chronicles of Gamers podcast at gmail.com. But at the same time, I respond just as fast on Facebook. If you see me, Efocutioner at Efocutioner or at COG Podcast, which you've done a few times, you can message me there. It's not a big deal or anything. At this point, I'm really kind of questioning why did I make the Gmail, but I appreciate you guys hitting me up, but it's just like, I'm not expecting you to hit me up on these places, but it's like, I'll take it. And I appreciate the feedback that you guys have been giving me. I know I've been a little bit quiet. Once again, that's just because I'm really working on content. I'm really working on focusing the channel. Of course, you have noticed since there's a new podcast called Long Live Play, and the reason that was made is because, by the way, we are going to PlayStation Experience. So yeah, I'm going to be covering as much games as possible.
He is.
Yeah, I got the camcorder ready. I got the stand ready. I got the mic in. So I can do impromptu interviews if I run into certain people. And most importantly, I can record games without having to bother Gamer Composer having him stand there with the freaking phone. I actually have an
can live life and enjoy PSX. I am ecstatic. You have no idea.
Because that's basically what I had him do half the time at E3. And
oh my gosh, I just want to just go do my thing. And
I don't want to stay here. I want to go out and do more stuff. I want to go see more stuff. Well, now he doesn't
see more people.
Yes. So I will be the one running and knocking people over, trying out games. And believe me, I did that quite a few times at E3. So
yeah, and being loud too.
Oh,
which is fine.
I'll be talking a lot of smack. You guys will be hearing me in the background. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I kind of been silenced, because I've really been trying to get my stuff together for PSX and all that stuff. So I'll be honest, you're going to be getting an update when we take our hiatus in December because of, Christmas and, the New Year's stuff. That's pretty much the only time we really take a hiatus, if anything.
It's well deserved, You held down the fort for months, almost 3 months.
Yeah.
So, bravo. Kudos.
But kudos to you, video game composer. No, not video game composer. Video game maestro.
Absolutely. Thank you.
But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for pressing that play button, of course. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out of here. So, of course, stay lit.
Skankum.